Here's the truth about out-of-court settlements. They suck. You need to make sure that you actually get your out-of-court settlement issued as a formal order of the court. Yes, it is completely okay to sit down with your ex and reach an agreement, whether it's for divorce, parenting time, legal decision making. That is awesome, and the court absolutely encourages it. But what I want to keep you from doing is just saying, oh, that's good enough. We wrote it up. We signed it. Well, that means nothing. You can't actually enforce the agreement. You want to make sure that the court literally signs off on it. So you actually have to start a whole case. I know it sounds like a lot, but you need to either get a divorce, which obviously you would, but if you weren't married, you would start an establishment case to establish paternity if the other parent is not on the birth certificate, parenting time, legal decision making, and child support. You can then present your agreement directly to the court and they can issue it as a court order. Here are a few examples from my clients, and they're kind of horror stories, and I don't want you to go through these same exact things. If you put together a parenting plan and you say this is how we're going to divide up the holidays, inevitably it's a really big one like Christmas or Mother's Day or Father's Day where you really have something important planned. The other person says, I don't want to. Well, that's really crappy. And if you don't have a court order, if you were to contact the police, which might not be my advice, the police aren't going to be able to do anything anyway, because they're going to say, this is just a piece of paper that you signed. Like, this means nothing. It has no oomph behind it. That's why you need it to be a court order. Or for instance, if you are trying to pick your child's school, right? And maybe you and the other parent have said, okay, you did all this research and they're going to go to this school. But then at the very last minute, the other parent says, no, I don't want that school, right? Well, if you don't have a court order for legal decision making and who has the actual authority to make that decision, then you are going to have a problem and not be able to get that resolved. And you're still going to have to go back to court and get it resolved. So the easier way, the better way is to make sure that you get your parenting plan issued as a court order. The other piece, especially in divorce, where I want to caution people for just reaching an agreement, right, is if it is signed and in writing, once you start your case with the court, you could be bound by it. Sometimes that is a good thing, and other times it is not. So you want to be very careful when you do reach a written agreement that is something that you are 100% willing to be bound to no matter what. If you are going through these things and you need advice, which I highly recommend that you get, give us a call. We're going to talk to you just the same as if you were a friend from elementary school, making sure that you get exactly what it is that you need and what you are entitled to, because you need peace of mind, as there is no substitute.